Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today we are going to dupe the new Natasha Denona Triochrome Palette. I put up a picture of the palette here and you can see it's a beautiful color story with a lot of purples and greens in it. And then there are 3 multi-chromes. So for me it was a pass because I love matte eyeshadows, but I love metallics and shimmer shadows so much more. And for me to purchase a palette for this price, I would need a bit more of metallics in this palette. Maybe it's the right palette for you, but today we are going to dupe it. And I'm trying my best to dupe it, but I don't own any of these dark multi-chromes with the blackened base. So I don't have exact dupes for the 3 multi-chromes in this palette, but I think I have pretty good dupes for all the other shades. So there are no multi-chromes, but very beautiful and very special metallics. So now I stop talking and we start with the duping process. So I have a little magnetic palette here from ColourPop. This one here is empty. I think it was in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. And I'm just going to use it as my magnetic palette today. Now we're starting with the first eyeshadow, which is a very dark green color. And I have picked this one here. It's from Lethal Cosmetics and it's called Eden. And this is such a beautiful shade. It looks a bit lighter in the pan, and when you apply it to your eyes or when I swatch it, it shows up a lot deeper. So this shadow is a very creamy and yummy texture. I really love the Lethal matte formula and I especially love this green. So as you can see, it's a very true green. It's not too blue and not too yellow. It's very nice foresty green and I love this shadow. Then the next one that we have is a very light minty green color. And I have this one here. This one is from Sydney Grace. I've just placed an order a few weeks ago. And I'm just starting to trying them all out to give you an honest review about them. But so far I like them a lot. This one here is called Seafoam. And it has this beautiful, beautiful, very light green color. It's such a beautiful pastel green color. I hope that you can see it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it shows up because my skin is so fair, it almost looks the same. Then the next one would be a multi-chrome now. I think it's a dark green shifting to a lighter green. And I've decided to go with this one here from ColourPop. This one here is the shade Mary Jane, and it was originally in the Just My Luck palette, but they now sell it as a single, but I think it's out of stock at the moment. But it's a beautiful lime green metallic and I do really like this eyeshadow. It has a beautiful texture because it has a lot of tiny micro glitter and that's my preferred formula. So it adds a lot of glimmer, glitter and texture to a look. And it's this beautiful lime green color. I hope that you're able to see the shift in it. It's a beautiful eyeshadow. Then next we do have this very light, a bit more yellow toned green, and this one here is again from Lethal Cosmetics. It's called Relapse, and this is also a beautiful eyeshadow. If you're looking for a color like this, I would highly recommend this one here from Lethal. It's so opaque and so creamy for such a light green color. This is amazing. I love only wearing this one here in the crease and this one on the lid. It's such a beautiful, very light, very vibrant lime green look, and it's still, I don't know, I think it's still everyday appropriate because something about the Lethal shadows that I like a lot is that all their colors, even if they are very bright, they're some kind of muted down, which I really like. So I would highly recommend this one, this eyeshadow here from Lethal Cosmetics. Then the next one is also from Lethal and it's this one here. It's called Habitat and it's this beautiful, more olivey green. It's more like a mossy green, murky green color and I do really like this one a lot. Okay, so overall I'm a big fan of the matte eyeshadows from Lethal Cosmetics. They are so beautiful. So as you can see, this one is a lot more yellowy toned and this one is a bit more olivey toned. and you can see how creamy they apply. So this is my first row and I love it. I think the color story from the new Natasha Denona palette is so beautiful. So this first green row is so beautiful. Then the next eyeshadow is a very light, very pale lavender shade. And I have this one here from ColourPop, it's called Howlin'. And it's this beautiful, bright and very, very light pastel-y purple shade. Again, I'm not sure how much you can see of it because my skin is so light either that it doesn't show up a lot. But for me, pastels are perfect as transition shades or crease shades in general because I'm so fair. And sometimes when I apply a color to my hand and it's not really showing up on my eyes, I can see it a lot more and it's a lot darker. So I really love this shadow. It's a beautiful formula from ColourPop. And it's this very light, very pale lavender shade. And then next we have a very dark purple shade, and I have this one here from Lethal Cosmetics again. This one is in the shade Unity. I think this one is one of their most famous shades. It was sold out for a very long time, but I think it is in stock at the moment. And I'm so happy that I got my hands on it. It's beautiful dark purple. It's a bit more on the warmer side, but not too much. And I really like it for deepening up purple looks. It's very creamy and easy to apply. I really like this one. Then next is again, there would be a multi-chrome, and this one seems to be more of a pinky purple to a more cooler tone purple. So it shifts from purple to purple, maybe a bit to pink. And I have this one here. This one is not a multi-chrome, I think it's a duochrome, and it's from Shady Glow. It's one of my absolute favorite from them. And this one is called Insane. It's one of their Galaxy shadows. And this is so beautiful. I don't think that you can see the shift on camera pretty good, but it also shifts from purple to a bit of blue to a bit of pink, and it has a lot of tiny micro glitter in it, which is also shifting from pink to blue to purple. So this one is an absolute stunning eyeshadow, and I would highly recommend it if you like shadows like this. This one is a bit more on the flaky side because it has so much glitter in it, so I would recommend using a glitter primer or glitter glue before you go in with the shadow. And it is such a stunning one. Then next we have more of a cool tone purple, but also more of a lighter one. Well, this is more of a mid-tone purple for me. It's called Regal and it's from Sydney Grace. And I absolutely love this color. I think that this one I've had the most, I've had the hardest time to work with because it wasn't easy to blend it out. So I think it's better to just pack it on and then blend out the edges with another shade. Then next we have more of a warm toned plummy purple shade, and I have this one here from ColourPop. This one is called Get Out, and I really love the ColourPop matte formula. So this is a beautiful shadow. So if you want more of a warm toned purple or plummy shade, I think this one would be very nice for you. And this is the last shade from the second row, so here it is. I think again it looks stunning. I especially love the shadow from Shady Glow here in the middle, and overall the color story of this palette is awesome. So the next one is more of a very light ivory color. It's almost like a vanilla shade, and I have this one here from Makeup Geek and it's called So Pale. It's in their old packaging, but I know that they still have this shadow, so it's just in a square packaging now. And I really like this one to set my lid, and it's a very trusty, very light vanilla shade. So again, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's very light, it's very close to my skin tone, but it's a beautiful shadow and I love it for setting my lid and for blending out shades that are a bit more difficult, or for using it on my inner corner or on the inner part of my lid to brighten things up. It's a beautiful shadow. Then next, there is an orange in this palette, which I think is so fun, and it's so cool that this is in here. And I have this one here from ColourPop. It's from the Orangey Glad palette. And this one here is called Rise and Grind. I don't use a lot of oranges, so I don't have a lot of singles, but I really want to expand my single collection so that I don't have to use too many shades when I dupe something from a ColourPop palette. So I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm trying to get more different colors, different tones in singles, shadows. If you have any recommendations from me, please leave them down below in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts on single shadows because I love them so much. I use them all the time and I just love creating dupes and creating my own palettes. So yes, just a little side note. This one here is from ColourPop. It's from the Orangey Glad palette. It's called Rise and Grind. It's a beautiful shadow. I really love the monochromatic palettes from ColourPop because you get so many different tones of the same color, which is so cool and so fun, especially if you don't have a lot of single shadows and you want just to get, I don't know, a lot of different oranges, a lot of different yellows. Just get one of them monochromatic palettes and then take them out because they're magnetic. You can just pop them out. And it's so cool, you can use them for any other palette that you want to create with your singles. So this is a beautiful orange matte. It's so stunning. I just love the ColourPop formula. I think the ColourPop matte formula might be my favorite matte eyeshadow formula in general. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I love them so much. Then next we have another multi-chrome, which I don't own. And I think this one is the most, I don't know, extraordinary shade. It looks like the color Forge from Cleonut. I think that Amy Loves Makeup also created a duping video and I haven't watched it, but I'm sure that she has very good dupes for the multi-chrome. So if you want to check that one out, I will link it down below in my description box. And I just have this one here. This one is called Wishful Winking. It's from ColourPop and it's one of these shades that has a brown, purpley brown base and then a teal shift to it. I don't own any of these dark multi-chromes because I just know that I would never reach for them. It's just not what I would wear and what I would prefer. I love shades like this or also like this one, but I definitely prefer shades like this that are more iridescent with a lot of glitter in them and that are just a bit more bright and, I don't know, more textured. And I also like this one here a lot, but shades like this I would use more for liner or for deepening up the outer corner, and I don't need more than a duochrome for that. I don't know if I would want to use a multi-chrome on my outer corner. If you have watched my Pandos eyeshadow series, I have had the shade Probe from the JEFFREE Star Alien palette in my project, and this one is a spot-on dupe for it. I even prefer this one. It's a bit more creamier and I like the tone of it even more. So if you ever wondered if there's a dupe for it, it's this one here. It's called Wishful Winking and it's stunning. Then the next one is kind of a cool tone taupey color, and I have this one here from Sydney Grace. It's called Speedway, and whoops, and this is a very beautiful, very creamy color. I've used this a lot. It's a beautiful transition and crease shade for me, and I really do like this formula. It's so creamy and so pigmented. The Sydney Grace formula is beautiful too. I really enjoy it. I just haven't had the chance to play with all the singles that I ordered, so I'm just working my way through them before I can fully review them for you. So this is what this shade is looking like. It's a very gray toned, cool toned taupey color. I really do like it. I really do love tones like this. It's what I use a lot in my day-to-day life. Then the next one that we have is a very light peachy color, and this one here is from Makeup Geek. It's called Peach Smoothie, and I do think that they also still have this one in their collection, but I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure that they have some kind of a similar color, so it's a very light peachy transition color. I really do like the Makeup Geek formula as well. I don't have tried the new one, but I heard that it's pretty similar to the old formula, so I really do enjoy my Makeup Geek singers that I still have. And I do still have a lot of them, because they were the first ones that I bought after I got into watching YouTube videos. So here is it swatched out, and this is our last row. I think it's so fun to see them row by row because they're all so different. So we have a green row, a purple row, and then a row that is a bit mixed. So we have two more peachy orangey tones, this ivory color, this very cool tone taupey color, and then this extreme multichrome, which I don't have, but I have this duochrome here. So I think it's really cool where she went for this palette. It's such a cool color story, and I really appreciate it. So this is what my dupe looks like in full glory, and I think it came out so good. I really enjoy having this dupe because I have built this palette I think about a week ago or maybe a few days ago, and I have really reached into it because it is a beautiful color story. I love it so much. I really hope that you enjoy these videos. I do love them. I love creating these dupes and I love having them for me personally because I just love having fun with my single shadows and with my collection, and it really feels like I have a new palette because I would have never thought of putting these shadows together in a palette and then use them for a week or two, and it's so fun to have them. I don't know, I'm really excited for this dupe. It was one of the first palettes in a long time that I felt like I want to do because it is such a fun color story, and I'm really glad that I did. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know down below in the comments if you want to see more dupes of Natasha Denona palettes, because I'm thinking about doing something a little bit special for December, for Vlogmas. I'm not really going to do Vlogmas, but I will try to create a bit more videos for December, and I thought about duping all the mini palettes from Natasha Denona, or some of them, and then posting them like every day in a week or so. So maybe I do 5 or 6 videos for 1 week. Let me know down below what you think about this idea, if you would like to watch that, and if you have any other ideas. I also thought about duping all my JEFFREE Star palettes and posting them in December, so let me know if you're interested in seeing dupes for all the palettes and if there are some in particular that you want to see. And yes, thank you all so much for watching. I wish you all an amazing day.